Duffy was a huge resource for us, and for me, Leo got connected to a bunch of people who were around Whitey Bulger, but Duff was able to get me around a bunch of the police, and it was just fascinating because for me, I had a real advantage in that I'm from Boston, so I didn't have to learn an accent or do anything like that. I got to kind of skip straight to investigating this kind of subculture of the state police, and what I knew of the state police was limited to the times I've been pulled over on the pike for speeding, and so to get in there and really see what these guys do was great. And anytime you get access like that, it's really the most interesting part of this job of acting, because it's your own time and it's months ahead of time, and there's no pressure on you. You don't have to, there's once you get on a film set, the clock is ticking, as Graham King can tell you. I mean, every minute costs a lot of money, but when you're researching, you can go at your own pace. And so I spent a lot of time with these guys, just soaking it in, not really having to have a goal specifically, but rather just sitting there and spending time, meals, and and you just start to pick stuff up, and all of that stuff ends up influencing. For instance, this raid on this crack house. I mean, yeah, I'm sure I was in no real danger. They brought twice as many cops as they normally do on those raids. So, and I was in the back of the line with like my bulletproof vest on, standing there going, what am I doing here? And I didn't go in until they'd cleared the house. But I got to see them do it. And so I told Marty and Bill when I saw them, I said, this is a good way to establish Colin rising up in the, because it follows his kind of progression. Until he keeps getting promoted. And so one of the ways to show it was that kind of extremely aggressive and violent world that he's in, hitting a house and what happens and how they do it. And the guys who are in the shot with me are the guys who really did it that night when I was with them. And Marty's really insistent on, in all of his films there's an authenticity that you just can't fake. And it's because he uses a lot of real people and because his actors have access to these real people to kind of get as much understanding of the people they're playing. I mean, ultimately, it's a giant magic trick. We're just trying to be believable. And if you're taken out of the movie at all, then we haven't done our job. So it's all this work, this legwork that goes in beforehand, just so that when we show up, hopefully the process is pretty smooth, and the result is believability.